How's it going? Welcome to episode, again, 116 of the Dom Joseph podcast. In this first sentence, we've already said 116 twice, so let's go ahead and say it 3 times again. Yes, we made it. What is everyone up to today? I've been up to kind of, just hanging out. I actually kind of had an accident in the kitchen the other day, hence the little cut on the arm there. So this is a lesson for anyone who likes to be in the kitchen. So I was actually cooking for my girlfriend, and I was making salmon, and here's the mistake. I usually just fry it, put it in butter, and stuff like that. This time I didn't. I put it in a glass thing, wrapped it in foil, put some butter in there, garlic, and then a lemon. And actually, no lemon this time. We were out of lemons. I didn't want to go to the store. Anyway, I put it in there, and I have an oven that has it's just electric, so it's just flat. The whole oven's flat. And I take the fish out of under the oven and put it onto the grill top, but I forgot I was grilling fajitas. What am I forgetting? Spinach. Yeah, I was having spinach, and I had a hot empty pan plate there, or whatever, surface there, and I put the glass baking sheet on that because it was flat, and I was like, oh, it's whatever. Put it on there, and it started sizzling, and I was like, oh, that's because the fish is so hot. No, that was not the case at all. So actually what happened was I put the glass baking sheet on a really hot surface. It exploded as soon as I walked into the kitchen, and it cut me on my arm, and that sucked. So, my lesson to you guys, so you guys can listen or learn through my failures, would be to never put a hot glass baking sheet on the oven no matter what. Put it on a cutting board, put it on the counter. It's better. I'd rather it melt the counter than explode. And the thing is I'm usually pretty good about that. There's a lot of things where I think I know what's going on, and then just something like that can happen. That actually has happened to me before one time, where I put a cutting board on the oven. Again, this is an occurrence that happened like 4 years ago, and it melted it. I felt so dumb because everyone's like, what is this guy doing? It's at my old house I used to live in across the state. And yeah, that was definitely an experience. Kitchens, I think the kitchen is full of experiences. A lot of laughs, a lot of sadness, but you got to put that good energy into the food. There's always that one auntie out there, who's always saying, you got to put good energy in the food. And there's a lot of truth in that. And, they'd be, what makes my food different is I put love in there. There's some cousin out there who's saying something like that. I put some good energy in that. I heard you're graduating, so I wanted to put some best of luck in there. Some charisma maybe. You're going to need that in college. A lot of people like to hype up what they put in the food spiritually. And that's a good thing. I'm glad that people can express that and tell you certain things. That's always a really good thing to have, especially in the kitchen. So yeah, be careful. Don't put anything that is hot or that can't be hot on the oven, no matter what. I sometimes try to get a little cocky. Sometimes I'm cleaning up the oven, and I have the sponge, and I'm trying to, rub around it, and it's still hot, and it kind of sizzles a little bit. Like that one joke when you were a kid, you'd be on the, you go, tss, you do you lick your finger and then touch a part of your body, your arm or something, and go, tss. Yeah. That's like an actual real life thing that happens, not just a joke. And, yeah, jokes are something funny. But anyway, welcome to the episode. Nepotism is real. Nepotism is real. And, a lot of people don't like to admit that. But another thing they don't like to admit is State-Izzm. State-Izzm. What State-Izzm is if you've ever won state for your res or your tribe, you're going to get the job. So it's like, that accolade there's nothing higher than it. You could go win state in basketball And you basically at that point could probably get enough votes for chairman. I unfortunately never made state. I didn't win state or make it to state, so things aren't looking too good for me. And I'm just joking, but state's a big thing. Think about it. High school, there's a lot of people competing, and I think in basketball, especially, what it boils down to win state is you got to have at least 3 people who can ball. If you don't have 3 people who can ball on your basketball team to make state, you're not making it. You can have one really good guy and probably make it there. If you have an NBA prospect or something, possibly probably just win it. But I'm talking realistically here. Just like in the NBA, you need 3 guys to win. Look, the Bulls had Jordan, Pippen, Rodman. Spurs had Manu, Parker, Ginobili, Duncan, Parker. The Heat had Bosh, LeBron, Wade. The list goes on. So if you want to be like, oh, what about, Paul George had nobody. He didn't make it, but he made it pretty far. Anyway, this isn't a basketball podcast or NBA, but I'm just saying you need 3 guys who at least know what they're doing. And that's what it boils down to in state. And if you don't got that, you're not going to win it. So I hate to spoil that, but winning state is a huge accomplishment. And anyone who's out there, trying to win state next year, best of luck, because it's, no longer the winter time. We're moving into the native tourney. That's the time we're moving into. High school basketball is over. Now they can transition into the native tourneys. Now in native tourneys, you got people who are playing for other tribes now. You may think your buddy's from this tribe, but now he's playing for this tribe. I don't know, something about that. Not anymore. There's nothing really rivalry about that, but some people could be suiting up for another tribe. And my buddy who's probably listening to this did play for another tribe. And again, I don't really care. I mean, not as in care, I don't care about the guy, but it's whatever. It's just kind of funny to poke fun at. I don't know how they did. I know right now they're probably playing. Anyway, native tourney season is upon us. Best of luck. Hopefully everyone gets them Mr. Hustle awards. Those are very important awards. I almost think Mr. Hustle is almost like MVP. Mr. Hustle is runner-up MVP, I feel like. And again, if you don't know what native tournaments are, it's basically a basketball tournaments for Native Americans to go play. Men, women, elderly, the golden age as they call it. The golden age is always holding it down, I feel like. You think you don't want to watch a golden age game of the guys playing, the older elders playing, but they got the fundamentals down, man. That's where it came from, man. You got to remember that. So I've been, what have I been up to? Oh, man, I've been at work, I've been at school, doing the whole thing, the whole 9 yards. I don't know why the whole 9 yards thing became a thing. That could be because the Tennessee thing where they're 1 yard short, maybe. I don't know. So I've been doing that. We're getting to the point of the year where it's about to be just baseball and hockey after the NBA is off. Not really looking forward to that. Been watching the fights. Charles Oliveira beat Justin Gaethje in UFC. That was pretty cool. But it's the part of the year that hockey is on. And hockey playoffs are on. And I'm not really a big hockey fan. I'm a big fan that Seattle itself has a team now, the Seattle Kraken. But, there's always that one guy when you're watching hockey who never watches hockey. And just as soon as they pan to the goalie, but man, the goalie masks are dope. It's the most obvious thing I feel like you could say in hockey is yo, the goalie masks are dope. It's just that there's always that guy. There's always that guy who has to point that out. I've always said it too, because I'm not technically a hockey fan, so I'm always the guy in the room that goes, yo, look how dope his mask is. Or his face mask, or his helmet, or however you want to say it. There's a lot of lingo probably in hockey that I don't get. I know hockey is a sport that you're doing 2 sports at once. You're skating and you're playing hockey. But yeah, something about the fighting part of hockey feels I guess it's part of the game. I don't even know what I'm about to say. Probably isn't going to make much sense. So I'm not even going to say it. I'm going to try to get better at that. Just like I'm about to try to get better at actually eating the seeds from the sunflower seeds. So what I would do when I was a kid is my buddy, actually shout out to my guy Ethan, he was a big baseball guy. Or he played baseball when we were kids. And I would go to his place and hang out, and he would get a bag of seeds, and I would be like, oh, I'm going to get some too. So I'd buy my own bag. Just because, like, we'd be playing games, you know, we were on our own, you know. And he put me on the cracked pepper ones, actually. And what I would usually do with the seeds is I would just, like, get the flavoring from them. And, you know, I just put them in my mouth and kind of swish it around a little bit, and then I'd spit them out. And that was cool to me. You know, he's actually, you know, occasionally I'd get some, like, seeds from it, you know. But he's actually doing it one by one. He had it down, and not me, man. I was, like, totally about the flavor. Yeah, those were good times. You know, back then I didn't play, but I would go watch. There was this cool thing that would happen at the games he would play in. And if he hit a home run, like, if you're the first one to the concession stand, you can get a free cedar burger, they called it. So I'd always go and hope somebody, you know, at the age of 12 would hit a home run. And they had metal bats, so, you know, maybe they could, and that's always like a plus. But it never happened, and I think it did happen, and I wasn't there. And I was like, oh, did someone get a cedar burger? And that's the thing. I try to remember those type of things. I try to remember those core memories because, you know, when you bring them up to someone and, you know, they get real happy about it. What else is going on? Oh, man. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of raffles pop up. I don't know if I really want to go much there with that. But I do want to go into what happened. This last week or this last 2 weeks, I put out a clip that said, please submit me your go-to res items that you get in the stores or your gas station store on the res. And I just posted it out there, and I didn't think I'd get many people to comment, but I actually got about 250 comments. So 250 comments, like counting mine, because that's like, so I would say probably like half that. So like 130. And I'm not trying to like flex comments either. I'm just saying the total number just so you guys can get an idea. So what I went ahead and did is I actually graphed the submission comments to see what the most popular gas station snacks are according to my comments. So to start off with, in the gas station snacks, the top 5 most popular items that are purchased at gas stations on the res are hot Cheetos, nachos, pickles, hot fries, and then burrito. So hot Cheetos got 30, and then nachos got 25, pickles got 24, hot fries got 15, and burritos got 10. And it was insane to see how many times people get pickles, because I don't really see people get those. And I think this could be from like a different area maybe, but people like pickles. There's Kool-Aid pickles, hot pickles, and pickles. And I think what I did is I just merged those together because they're all the same thing. And again, like if somebody said nachos and then nachos with jalapenos, I wasn't going to split those up. They're basically the same thing. But hot Cheetos, on the other hand, hot Cheetos also had hot Cheetos and hot Cheeto lime. So those were also lumped together. You know, none of those things, I do get the burrito. I said my pick was 2 burritos, a blue Gatorade, and a pepperoni stick. You know, there's a whole bunch of submission comments of what actually came through. There's breakfast sandwich, breakfast bar, sour candy, pickles, Kool-Aid pickles, pepperoni, Snickers, chips, Airheads. Somebody said sushi, gummy snacks, sweet ropes, a whole bunch of things. You know, it was really cool to see how everyone like responded to that. So I want to extend a thank you for that. But the next one, actually, I went ahead and did the drinks because I did snacks and drinks. Moving into the top 5 of drinks, the top 5 were Arizona, Slush Puppies, Gatorade, Red Bull, and Pepsi. And I should say an honorable mention would be Coke with one step below that, or one vote below Pepsi. Arizona's. It came out to be 33 people said Arizona tea, then 26 said Slush Puppy, 15 said Gatorade, 4 said Red Bull, and then or 10 said Red Bull, and then 10 said Pepsi, and then 7 said Coke. So actually Pepsi won by 3, not 1. Again, top 5. Arizona tea, Slush Puppy, Gatorade, Red Bull, Pepsi. And I didn't specify it by like diet or by the certain color of Gatorade or flavor, I should say, or Arizona, because I felt like if I did that, it would have just been way more. So if you said Arizona, anything, it is lumped into that. And if you said cherry Slush Puppy or blue raspberry Slush Puppy, they were putting the same thing. I grew up not actually calling them Slush Puppies. They were just called Slushies to me. I think we had like a Jolly Rancher one and then like the ice one, like the polar bear ice. And then that's what we had. So that was really exciting. I was really excited to see what people said. So if you guys are actually interested in hearing this next part, I'm going to play everyone's voicemails who called in and actually said it themselves, and I'm going to comment on it. So if you guys are interested in checking that out, just stay tuned. This next voicemail comes from, I think it's Indigenous Junglist. I think I don't want to say that wrong, but let's go ahead and play it.
Yo, shout out to DJP Podcast. This is Indigenous Junglist from TikTok. So I saw a question about what's my favorite go-tos when I go to the Red store. All right, this is my go-to. I go for the Arizona iced tea, usually half and half. Arnold Palmer, if they don't got that, then I opt for green tea.
You know, actually, that's a pretty common thing I see that happens. You know, I see Arizona iced teas, and then sometimes I go to some gas stations, and all they got is just us, like 2 Arizonas. So I could see why, like, he has like a backup plan.
And then I go for pork rinds, usually hot. And if they don't have hot, then I opt for something else that's spicy. And beef stick, usually preferred, because I like spice. And then usually some Reese's piece. So yeah, big up the DJP Podcast. Peace.
Oh yeah, hit me with the peace. What's up, bro? Yeah, I gotta say, you know, the thing is, if you know, here's another thing. If you don't know, you can actually have pork rinds on keto. If you're a person who's out there, you know, on the keto diet, you can actually have pork rinds. So yeah, I agree, man. The spicy pork rinds are bomb. I'm also a huge beef stick fan. I'm Team Oberto out here. Reese's Pieces. Here's the thing. I'm more of a Reese's Cups kind of guy, but you know, there's something about the Reese's Pieces to some people. You know, I kind of got turned off by Reese's Pieces when I was like young because somebody said they were Skittles and I put my hand and ate them, and that just keeps playing in my head. I don't know whatever happened there, but it was definitely an experience for sure. All right, let's move on to the next one.
Hey, what's going on, man? My name's EJ.
What's going on, EJ? Thanks for calling into the show. Let's keep it moving.
Just was scrolling through Instagram, and you were asking people to leave a voicemail about their go-to gas station grabs, or whatever you called it. I like to get those 2 buffalo chicken stick grilled items. I get a sweet tea and a bag of Starbucks gummies.
Starbucks gummies. You know, my buddy actually used to get Starbucks, or not Starbucks, Starburst jelly beans. Those were his thing. I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but let's...
Over there at Quick Trip, to go to Greatness Midnight Munchies. All right, then. I'm going to fuck with you. Have a good day. Thanks for listening.
All right, man. Thanks for the voicemail. I got to say, you know, buffalo chicken stick, I've never had that, but I'm a huge fan of buffalo. Anything buffalo seasoning, I like the place. You know, there's something special about the flavor of buffalo, I would say. As for the bag of Starburst, I'm with you on that, man. They're a sleeper. You know, there's not many stores I feel like have them. They have the OG Starburst and like the foil wrapping. But I got to give it to you on that one right there. So Starburst gummies, man, I'm going to get them going the next time. All right, let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, hello. This is Gerald up here from Squamish, Kingston area. Yeah, whenever I go on lunch or whatever, go to the store, I pick up some turkey gizzards, and if I'm not at lunch, if it's past dinner time, then, usually I'll get me a Pepsi, but maybe sometimes I'll get me a Four Loko. Yeah. Thanks, bro, for all you do. Keep it up. Later.
Thanks, Gerald from Squamish. That Pepsi, that there's some days you don't really want a Pepsi, but there's some days you do. And there's some days that you want that Four Loko. Four Lokos were, they were canceled. They were like, I think the Four Lokos were the first thing to ever get canceled. And, they did it wrong, man. So that's one thing about there. So thanks again, Gerald from Squamish. Even though I know that's my buddy. So thanks, Gerald, again. All right, let's move on to the next one.
What's up, Dominic? Your little brother Luke.
Oh, little bro Luke giving a call in. Let's see what he's got.
Calling in to let you know my go-to res gas station snacks. And it's probably going to be a Snapple iced tea and one of the various chips they have there, as well as one of the teriyaki slabs. Not the sticks, but the thinner slabs they have.
Ooh, Luke coming in with the slabs. The slabs that are in the plastic. Those ones are legit. I got to say, I'm a huge fan of Snapple. Always have been. But when they switched to plastic, it just didn't really feel the same. I don't know what you think about that, Luke, but thanks again for calling in, brother. All right, let's move into the next one.
Carlene Begay from Cayenta, Arizona. My go-to gas station would be 7-Eleven in Many Farm.
Oh, shout out to Many Farm, 7-Eleven. They probably got a lot of people over there working, probably like 8 people. They got a station full of snacks, and let's see what else.
And my go-to snack has to be nachos with a pickle and a slush puppy. Have a good night. Bye.
Nachos, pickle, and a slush puppy. Slush puppy kind of goes really well with the nachos. You got something hot, then you got something cold, and then you could even go with the pickle for like the after. That's what I would do. I would work on the nachos, have the slushy back and forth, save the pickle. You could even maybe throw the pickle in as an appetizer. I don't know what your plan is, but thanks again for calling. Is it Cayenta, Arizona? I need to check that place out. Arizona seems like a great place. All right, let's move on to the next one here.
My favorite go-to snack is at 7-Eleven in Fort Defiance. That's going to be the nachos with extra cheese, extra jalapenos, and then you're also going to get your slush puppy, and you can get your hot dog, and you're going to get your drink at a low cost.
Yo, that 7-Eleven in Port Defiance has the deals, man. Get down there and go get that 7-Eleven deal. Extra cheese, extra jalapeno. Let me get a hot dog. And that's all at a low cost. It's almost like you're at Costco, after you spend a couple $100 and go get that $4 meal. That Port Defiance, shout out to you and shout out to the voicemail. Thanks again, man. I like the snacks. All right, our last one we actually have submitted. Let's play it right here.
Hey, this is Michaela. I saw your TikTok and my go-to res food. I would say, I don't know if you said grocery store or gas station, but you said 2 breakfast burritos, a Gatorade, and pepperoni stick.
Yeah, that's my pick right there. Blue Gatorade, pepperoni stick, and 2 burritos. Sometimes the 2 burritos are little. That's why I say 2. It could fluctuate based on where you're at. I know I didn't clarify grocery store or gas station, but sometimes some reses only got a grocery store. So if that's where you're from, give me the input there. Let's see what the rest has for us today.
So I'm assuming that's like the flea market. So I'm going to say my go-to order would be, what would my go-to order be?
Mutton.
No, I don't like mutton. Maybe it depends. I would say breakfast burrito also, but it has to be spam with potatoes, eggs with green chili, or with like a bag of hot Cheetos and like a diet Coke Zero, or Diet Dr. Pepper.
Oh, okay. So you got the hot Cheetos, the Diet Coke, and the breakfast burrito with green chili. Green chili is pretty special. You know, I've actually been eating green chili a lot more. I used to be team red chili, but green chili kind of has my heart right now. Something about the color green, there's something cool about it. For a long time, I actually didn't really like the color green. Ooh, yeah, I'm from the Evergreen State, and I didn't really like the color green. I'm just a big team red fan. I don't think colors should be favorites, though. You should like them all pretty equally. Excuse me. But again, thank you guys so much for calling in. That was pretty awesome, wasn't it? I'm going to get another question out for you guys. So if I could think about a question right now, what is something that a lot of people would... actually, let's go with that one. Let's roll with, what is your favorite color and why? If you guys could submit that to the hotline, 425-320-3641. Please let me know what your favorite color is and why. Do you have like a attachment to a certain color and why? Please be sure to leave your name. You could just leave your first name, what tribal affiliation you're from. You could say what res you're from, and where you're calling in from. I could say that's probably a little bit more comfortable. So again, what is your favorite color? Call the hotline at 425-320-3641. Again, 425-320-3641. All right, what do we got in the last 3 minutes here? Let's wrap this up. Speaking of gas stations, man, that's the thing. I want my drink so cold that I got to switch hands because it's that cold. When you go get like a can, like an Arizona tea, I want the drink to be so cold that I can't even hold it in line, that I got to switch to the other hand. That's how cold I want it. That's just the truth. Oh man, I forgot to bring this up. Total change of subject here. If you guys don't know what open gym is, it's basically where people go and play basketball. Open gym is a whole bunch of people meet up and go play. When you're that guy that's running late to open gym because you had work, maybe you had to put the baby to sleep, maybe you had some homework, and you pull up to open gym and you're late, and then you pull up and they're still playing, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna put my shoes on, and then everyone's like dapping each other up, all right, bro, and then you're like, oh, are we running? That one guy, I guess we can run one more, bro. Oh man, nobody wants the we can run one more, bro game. Those games are just like half speed. The last game of OG's just half speed, and then you're playing all hard, and then you realize everyone's already been playing, and then the last game is never talked about. It's like the first couple games that are talked about if there's a lot of runs. Oh man, that is definitely something that happens. To close out, I want to give you guys one more story. My girlfriend is actually on keto, hence the keto comment earlier. And I was trying to be a sweet boyfriend, so I went to the mall and got her some sugar-free chocolates from this dessert place because I walked by it, and I was like, you know what? She's probably got a sweet tooth right now. I'm going to go get her some sugar-free chocolate. So I go into this cupcake place to get a keto cupcake in hopes that they would have one. And I said, hey, do you guys have keto cupcakes? They're like, no, well, we have vegan ones. And I was like, oh, so that means like they probably have it on keto. And she's like, well, there's sugar in it. And I was like, oh, is there like sugar in all of them? And she looked at me dead in the eye and was super serious. Was like, well, there's sugar in all cupcakes. And I was like, oh my God. I thought maybe she'd have like some sweetener or something. Some Splenda cupcakes. Guess not, man. Anyways, thank you guys so much for being here today. Episode 116. If you guys are interested in checking out the hotline, it is 425-320-36401. Leave me a message, and I'll get back to you. Hoyt.